Feeling like Gresham. One time for the sickos. I'm all elite with the game from the get-go. Ain't full of no stardust, I'm a real nightmare, bruh. You can meet me at the crossroads. Business is booming, I feel like the hearse syndicate, and they tell me don't hurt anybody. I'm way too fly like Kevin, I could do this all night. Step back, it's a private party, I'm more dirty than dumb with the way I live. No saint like Ricky with the vibes I give. Looking at my watch, it's about that time. When I hit them with the toodles, it's a lot like Tiff. Might as well call me Tony. They don't even know that I'm timeless. AJ Francis, all I really know is first class. $1 million man, too priceless. You ain't even over. Shout out to my dogs like Bron. Baby, I'm a limit breaker. You're just a death rider. Can't rest in peace. I saved that for the Undertaker. Proceed with caution, but you ain't Naomi. Can't book the team. Your name must be Tony. IWC say you got to go. I like Jermaine and Crash. Run it. Let's start the show. Cool kids step to the front. Cool kids. Too sweet sign for the click. Gotta give the people what they want. Gotta get eradicate quick. Yeah, I'm like Seth with the outfits. Coming in hot too live on your outlets. Running these streets like the prophets. Thank God for the new day. Can't stop it. Jay Uso with the yeet. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag like Javon on the young OG. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bringing content on the daily. Feeling like Gresham Unleashed.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the Gresham Unleashed podcast. This is episode 118 of the show that brings you the good vibes to the best of our abilities. Joining you as always is the voice that does the most, the purveyor of mischief, Gresh. And joining me as always is my two brothers in arms representing the family as always. First up, we got representing the Social Boys podcast, Sujo Sports all over. He's the giant of the family, Jermaine. What's good with you, brother?
What's up, man? Bruh, like y'all got my daughter started and she talked the whole way through the intro and everything. Like she just, once you get her started talking her shit about sports or whatever, she gonna keep going. She literally just went upstairs.
She's like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I'll wait till you done, and I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna be quiet, but when you done, I'm gonna talk again.
Talk again, yep.
But also joining the talk is our other brother in arms, representing OTS Media Co. as well as Life's Botch, representing the family, the voice of the Unleashed anthem. He is highlight real. I had to do that again because I haven't done that in a while. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's happening, boy? I appreciate you, my boy. It's great to be with my brothers again for another week. Great to talk some wrestling with the peoples. I hope y'all. Shout out to everybody live right now. Yeah, I figured that. I was prepared.
You had like one thing that they love about us. We have to be real. You saw the notes.
Oh yeah, I saw the notes and I was just like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a light one today, folks."
I looked at the notes. I was just like, "Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, it's about to be light. Yeah, like no Buzz Lightyear." So yeah. But yeah, I want to start.
Yeah.
You want to start? We want to start with Backlash. I mean, how are we feeling about Backlash? Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it was a draw with the predictions because all of us predicted Becky Lynch and we got that wrong.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, man? I was looking at it like the other thing that kind of like made me think that it was going to be Becky Lynch is when they put up the graphic for how long Lyra has held the title. It's like 120 days or so. I'm like, that's about 4 months, to hold the title, try to get it established. And then now, what if they're not feeling whatever it is that she's doing or her title reign isn't, going the way they wanted it to go? Put the strap on Becky coming back and then have her carry it. But it seems like they're going in a different direction. And I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, facts. I thought the same thing, brother. I was like, I guess I should have known. Also, there was that trick they always do. Y'all remember Becky got laid out like 2 weeks in a row. So I was like, oh, okay, that usually signifies she gonna win. Wrong. I was like, oh.
The old school wrestling 101, whoever stands tall.
Yeah.
Whoever stands tall loses, yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing good on that lately, switching that up, because that was the case with Nah, hold on. That happened with somebody else where they okey doke us like that too. But I think it was WrestleMania week. But yeah, bro.
Yeah, it was. Because we just talked about this like not long ago, and I want to say it was like when we first came back after our Mania break.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all had brought it up like leading up to Mania, or it was either Mania or Elimination Chamber, one of the two, and y'all brought it up, and I was like, that was the formula, and
I feel
now
like we're 2-1 when it comes to that in recent times that they done that because I was like, every time we brought it up, they've either done it or they haven't done it. This is one of the times they haven't done it. I think it was Mania. I think it was the Mania we came back, and I think it was just around the time where it was like they keep. It was the Cena and Orton thing where
Okay.
there was like he'd standing tall and was like, oh yeah, we already know how this is gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they pretty much copy and paste the book here, and we was like, oh, we know how it's gonna go. Becky, and then they say, ha, psych, bitch, Lyra.
Gotcha.
We was thinking the same thing. Highlight thinking
For real,
man. And I kind of saw. I feel like this is becoming a recurring theme with us talking shit about online wrestling fans. I kind of saw a thing where they was talking shit about Lyra's fiance,
bruh.
and I'm like, he looked fine. Like, what are we talking about? What is happening?
Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
If you look up his stuff, because I was like, wait,
Clark Kent or some shit?
Huh?
Isn't he Clark Kent or something?
Pretty much, like, I mean, like you could pretty much say that because when you look at him ringside, like the way he looked in the pictures and the videos or whatever, and then you click on his Twitter profile and actually see him wrestle, and he was like going hold for hold, counter for counter with Zack Sabre Jr., like the best, one of the best, if not the best technical wrestler in the world. Like, come on, bro. Like, this dude has done tours in Japan and stuff like that. Like, I didn't know who he was, but I'm just like, love who you love. Like, I can't, if that's who she engaged to, that's who she engaged to. Like, who am I to judge that dude? Like, no power to you.
The people who was talking shit about her were the people who don't even show their own face. They show they got avatars of Roman and Becky and Seth and Finn Balor and Solo Sikoa and all these other people. I'm like, y'all are not even showing y'all real face. So let's start there.
Yeah,
bruh. You hit the nail on the head because it's so many times with those nameless, faceless, random accounts, or the accounts with like less than 300 followers or whatever, are always the ones that's trying to come out of the woodwork and look for that attention.
And people fall for it.
And people give it to them routinely. And I see people with large platforms.
Too baited, bro.
Like, I be like, why are y'all so easily baited? Like, because trust me, I saw it, and you know what I did? I kept scrolling because I'm like, I was like, nope, you already know what you want to do. I've been on Twitter since we had the text to tweet, so I've been on Twitter a long ass time.
Oh yeah, the text to tweet, bro.
The 44004 number or something like that. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
I've seen it all. I've seen it all. So that's what I'm like.
That's a throwback right there.
Twitter has come a long way, boy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Now they're called they're X-Men now.
Yeah, man. Nah, bro. But shout out to the match though. This match was
This was actually match of the night for me. I'm not even gonna hold you.
It's up there, bro. I can argue and say it was the Fatal 4-Way, but any match you pick from here, you can't be wrong.
Put it this way, the Fatal 4-Way was a fun opener because Fatal 4-Ways are always fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a bad Fatal 4-Way, you suck.
I mean, it is true, and I love multi-man matches. I'm sorry, like sue me. You know what I'm saying? Sue me. But that match, like when I was first watching the match, I was kind of disinterested because I thought Becky was gonna win. I thought they were gonna put the strap on her, and rocket to the moon or whatever. Because the other thing that made me think that is when they didn't do it to Charlotte, I was like, they're gonna do it to Becky to help bring more notoriety to that Intercontinental Women's title. Mm-hmm. I could see why they didn't do it to Charlotte, but maybe they're trying to bring more notoriety to the title, and that's why they're gonna put it on Becky. And when they didn't do that, I was like, okay. But I mean, they were working. Like they were working. And shout out to Lyra, who looked like she apparently broke her nose towards the end of the match. Mm-hmm. And it was weird because I want to say it was on an exchange where they had a pinning combination, and you could see where she had Becky rolled up, and she was holding her legs with one arm and then holding her face with her other hand. And but shout out to her for like thugging it out. You know what I'm saying? And even going through with the post-match beatdown and everything. Like,
yeah, she was like, "Hey, I sell this arm, but goddamn, hurry up so I can clutch my nose." She was done selling the arm. She clutched her nose immediately. She was like, "All right, this hurt too, but goddamn, my nose, my face." But I guess before we move, yeah, we can blend in here. What were our thoughts on the fallout with Becky's promo on Raw? Because we might as well keep it with Becky.
I mean,
sheesh. Jermaine, you take it first with your thoughts on that, bro.
I was kind of moved, kind of like, okay, whatever. But honestly, that one I have to go back and watch it again to try to really get a good feel for it. Because a lot of the times, I'm like, I've tuned Becky out since she returned with the whole man gimmick and the whole thing at Mania, and then the Raw after Mania, and then everything else. And it's just like, I don't know, like the character's kind of stale. So I wanted to give myself a day in between and like go like sometime this evening and go back and watch it again. But from what I saw, it wasn't even that promo. It was the promo that they posted on socials where she was like outside by the truck or something walking. And how she was like, yeah, y'all say this and y'all say that about me and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, maybe there is something to this. Maybe this is the character change that I was looking for.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they're gradually doing it, because I feel like one thing I can applaud Triple H's booking, even though he takes his time on pulling the trigger on a lot of stuff. When it comes to character changes, he's subtle with it, and you have to pay attention to catch it. That's one thing I can personally appreciate, because I'm like, okay, he did it with the New Day, he did it with Cody a little bit, and he does it subtly. He even did it with Solo Sikoa, because remember when Solo was like trying to be hardcore Roman Reigns light, and then he just became his goofy self over time. And I'm like, it's like you can tell that he's trying, but it's like it's up to us to either be patient or just have to thug out people bitching about it until he finally pulls the trigger.
No, facts. Big fact. Even Naomi, before it was revealed that it was her, remember how those little subtle hints, you know, you were like, I think you the one that did it, Naomi. You know, before like, oh, it was her.
They kind of made it obvious too. I'm like, yeah, they kind of made it. They made it too obvious. Like, yeah, it was Naomi. Because she was trying too hard to say it wasn't her. I'm like, yeah, it was you.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say with Becky's promo, it kind of gave like half shoot and half in character vibes a little bit, because I felt like it was the frustration.
You can tell the Becky Hogan, or in our case, Becky H.
Yes.
Is getting it got to her. It got to her. You can tell, and it's like, on one hand, I agree with what we were saying last week, and on the other hand, I'm like, we can't really fault her 100%, because it's like she's not booking, because even though she can say, hey, let's do this way, at the end of the day, Triple H can be like, ha ha, fuck no.
I love when he pulls a swerve on everybody, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I will say this. I mean, we might as well throw this on in here, too, since I'm pretty sure we won't tap on too much SmackDown, but the whole Charlotte thing makes me wonder, all stuff that the Four Horsewomen have been doing as of late, minus Bayley and Mercedes, it seems like it's like
what is happening? Like,
Yeah.
I'm struggling to process everything that's happening with them. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, what?
Exactly. You know, it's like they're playing off the fans, and it's like once upon a time they were the darlings, and now all of a sudden, I guess because of the new generation, they've accomplished everything. The fans have turned on them, and now it's almost like they're like, "Why are you guys turning on me? Why are you guys calling me Becky Hogan? This and that. Like, what have
That's
I done?"
why I kind of agree. That's why I kind of look at what Becky said on Raw. It resonated with me a little bit because she was like, "I main event y'all rallied me to the main event of WrestleMania because y'all saw me in yourself, but then I started getting successful, and now you hate me for it." And I'm like, yeah, she's talking to online wrestling fans because y'all be rallying all your faves to get pushed, and as soon as they get pushed, you turn on them. Like,
oh yeah,
no, never mind.
We can go down the list.
Zelina Vega to win a singles title. She wins a single title. Oh my God, hurry up and take it off her. Never mind. Chelsea Green. Never mind.
Liv Morgan.
We want the funny thing about the Charlotte shit. We want Charlotte Flair. We need Charlotte Flair. As soon as she came back, never mind. I'm watching. It's like, and it's like it's baffling to me because I'm like, I'm literally paying attention, and I'm like, damn, y'all really just said y'all wanted this person back, but now they back. You're like, not at this moment in time. We don't want them back right now. What?
This is why Daniel Bryan's character will always be goated. Pun intended, too, when I say that. Because that whole Fickle situation, calling them Fickle, it continues to remain live. They are Fickle AF.
Bruh, you are not lying. I mean, that was probably like the best like analogy you could have gave for all of that, man, because I really feel like sometimes, and it's mainly like you said, Gresh, it's the IWC, it's the online, it's the internet wrestling community that does stuff like this. And it's like you want to see them do good. As soon as they start doing good, you're tired of them. It's almost like the scene in Toy Story. I don't want to play with you anymore. You just drop it.
And it's like part of me is like, yo, the internet wrestling fans only make up a subsection of social media. And I need wrestlers to understand that and ignore these motherfuckers. Please. Please. Because there becomes a point where you have to sit back and be like, they hate me here. As soon as my music hit, I'm getting popped. Case in point, Rhea Ripley. Case in point, Jey Uso. Y'all hate him online. But soon as this is my brutality, like she getting like the second pop of the night, and the main pop is Uso, and then you was like, bruh.
Oh, even Monday Night Raw, Seth's music hits. What's the first thing you hear them cheering and singing the song as soon as they went off? Right? Like, but look, as soon as that song went off, what they do? They start booing him the moment he had the mic in his hand. And I'm like,
yep.
Well, what the freak? You was just cheering him like 2 seconds ago when the music hit. That's what I'm like, change that.
Now, when it comes to Seth's character, that might be a point that they might have to change that theme song.
Yeah. No, for real. They really need to, because that's going to confuse people.
Let it ride. Let it ride. I say let it ride, because
or they could pull Shinsuke Nakamura when they remember when he turned heel the first time and they just remixed it. They just add lyrics to it. Just add lyrics. Just add lyrics to Seth Rollins theme song. Burn it down. Like just throw people off.
Hey, if y'all want to play my freestyle version, y'all can do that. Go find it on YouTube and play that. That'll throw them off. There you go.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
I forgot about that one.
Find that on YouTube and stream it anyway.
Yeah, stream it anyway. Yeah,
stream it anyway. Yeah. Much love.
what was the lyrics? I'm a man among many men.
I think so. It's been a minute since I heard that one, but yeah, I think I did.
I gotta play it back. I definitely gotta play it back.
Yeah,
but
homework assignment.
Back to speaking of playing back to Backlash, Jacob Fatu is still the United States champion.
Yeah, I mean,
bruh, I need Wade Barrett to never say that ever again in his
life.
Hey, no. You know who says it worse than that man? JD. This man be like, yeah, I mean, I'm like, bruh, stop, shut up, no.
JD who?
JD from NY. He tries to say it, and I swear he butchers it every time. I'm like, stop, please. You can't
Someone
say
just
it.
flick his forehead.
And then somebody taught that man pause, and I'm like, who taught you this? It's not cool when you do it, bro. Stop. I was like, bro. I was like, who's teaching?
I need y'all to lead that song to the West Coast.
Please. Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
I don't even try it. I'd be like, yada. And I just like, yep, no. I'm like, yada.
Just you should, like, I put it to you like this. Mm-hmm. If you have a certain pigmentation, you should try to practice that in the mirror or on a video and watch yourself and listen to it first and compare it to the original. And if it sounds nothing close, don't do it. Just save yourself the embarrassment. Because all you end up doing is creating talking points like this right here for people like us to laugh at people like you.
Yes.
Your lack of rhythm and soul and culture.
Because I am laughing, not with you. At you.
You are literally baked chicken with lemon, thyme, and like oregano. That's what y'all are. No salt, no pepper, no season, no nothing. Just like some herbs and spices and like a little bit of lemon or something.
Hey, Jermaine, they mac and cheese with no actual cheese flavor and the freaking cornbread crumbs on top.
Bruh, I mean,
they are undercooked mac and cheese. Soupy mac and cheese.
No, they that mac and cheese when I put too much what you call it in it, too much cheese, and then like the make the roux too thick, and you go to scoop that mac and cheese out, it'd be more like a block.
A block of cheese.
And you warm it up, and it don't like melt or nothing. It just stays like it's just a warm block.
Like you,
look, man, I can make fun of myself because I done done some.
Like you gotta
you gotta like cut it, bruh. Like even with lasagna, you gotta kind of scoop it out. Nah, that time I did that mac and cheese like that, it was straight like knife. It was like you gotta cut it like a cake. It was mac and cheese cake.
Like you gotta be like, whew.
Exactly. With a sword, just like that. With a sword, just like that. Just like that.
Come here, bitch.
Yo, what the freak?
I'm not gonna lie, I had my kids laughing because I was like, I said your mom used to make hers so soupy. I was like, I would have to just put it in a bowl and try to eat it. Because it would be like this soupy, like
noodle soup.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, this is like even when if something sits overnight in the fridge and it don't thicken and it's supposed to thicken, bro. And I'm telling you, I know the cooking disparity, jealousy is part of what led to me getting a divorce. I know it had to have played a factor.
Listen,
because I was like, you putting too much milk.
Listen, the lack of cooking and the lack of y'all culture is the reason why we look at y'all like Jacob's looking right now.
Man,
exactly.
Come on,
just like that.
No, this Fatal 4 was definitely a fun opener. Like I enjoyed it. Like I believe Drew hit his head on the floor on that spot.
Yeah. I kept trying to go back and watch it, but I it's like it's hard to.
When I watched it back, I didn't see the impact. It looked padded as mug, but he's so tall, and they did do an extra jump.
Mm-hmm. The other thing too is like because like the whatever they had, the table was covered with, it was black and it was dark and all of that area was not well lit or whatever. It's hard for you to see like where he could have hit his head on the table or whatever. But shout out to Jacob for retaining, man, because that was a good little match. We even had a surprise debut.
Yes,
that is the guy who is with no relations to corn on the cob, Jeff Cobb.
This guy.
Hey, so one of my notes from this was Solo Sikoa really is the true tribal chief and or some type of mob boss these days.
That nigga is Suge Knight minus the crime.
That's what I was gonna say. He's Suge Knight or something. Bro, this man got death row because he got soldiers for days. All he missing is the doggone Rottweiler. Get him some Rottweilers to come out with too. Make it like the Martin
man
scene.
No ideas because he will do that.
Hey, I need like a Bloodline like 2.5 or 3.0 shirt. The old school the source cover.
Yeah.
Doug, Dre, Pac, and Snoop. I need that to be Solo, Tama, Tongalore, and Jeff Cobb.
I like how when Jeff Cobb came out, it started a whole cultural discourse again online. Niggas don't know that everybody who's from Hawaii ain't Samoan.
Bruh. Like,
because I said, he's from Hawaii, so that's like neighbor. And they was like, he's Filipino. I'm like, oh, so he's neighbor twice removed. Okay.
Different side of the tracks, homie. Same
side of the tracks. Like, he's still from Hawaii. He was still born in Hawaii, but he's from somewhere else. But he was born there. And I'm pretty sure Triple H was like, "You're from Hawaii, right? Close enough. You're in the bloodline."
Yeah, you're in the bloodline. Go ahead.
Like, here's the thing, though. You can be born somewhere and be of a different ethnicity.
Oh yeah,
shocker! I know.
My uncle was born in California, but he was raised in Atlanta.
Exactly. There's in Filipino people, they're like let's say if Mexicans and Asians got together, that's kind of like what Filipino people are, because some of them can look Hispanic and then some of them can look like Asian. Some of them look like a blend between the two. So it's like you can't really tell. They're kind of race. Some of them look like Jeff Cobb and be real ambiguous because he looked like he could be Samoan, like he could be Asian, or he could be Hispanic. You don't really know. But it's always funny for people to just automatically assume he's Samoan because he's with the bloodline.
And then some of them.
So you see, I ain't immediately say, "Hey, he's a Samoan." I say he's a cousin, twice removed.
That's what. Because to add to Jermaine's point, I was gonna say, and then some of them look like Batista, not relation at all.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
I didn't know Batista was Filipino until he said it. I was like, oh,
facts.
And then when I looked at him long enough, I was like, oh, okay, I see it. That makes sense.
I think I used to think he was Italian or something. I think that's what I used to think.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought he was a whole nigga.
Word?
Hey,
yeah, I thought he was a nigga. The way he dressed like he was from the South. I was like, bro, you got to be from Florida or something, or Georgia. Like, bro, you dress like, and then he got older. I was like, nah, you ain't a nigga.
Hey, so you tazzed him because that's how we was fooling with Taz.
Yeah,
too.
He was my Taz.
Wow.
The Lord knows I used to think Taz was black too. I was like, oh, we got another. Oh,
hey man, a lot of us thought Taz was black, but that's just like
some people thought he was Taz until he popped out with Hook, and they was like, oh.
They were like, wait a minute. Look, wait, some people will even rationalize and like, well, maybe his wife is white, and that's why Hook looked like that.
And Hook was still, even if his wife was white, Hook was still look somewhat black.
that skin would have been tan just a little bit.
By default. But that boy is pale as a motherfucker. So he is not.
Another one that'll really throw you off. Joaquin Wilde is in the LWO and he's Filipino.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh, you look Hispanic enough. We can throw you in the LWO.
Yeah, DJ Z is Latin enough. There you go.
Yeah, like you look like him. Go ahead.
We're laughing, but this is so fucked up. This is like
it is.
You look like him. You go with them.
Like you look like you fit. Okay, why not?
Meanwhile, with us, they just throw us all together and just assume, we all the same. We all black.
Yeah, we all hurt people.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Boop, 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 boop. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, but this match was. I love the match. I love the way they introduced Jeff Cobb, and I love the way the crowd popped for him once they actually saw who it was. Because you can tell when they put him on the big screen. Because when you in the arena, we've all gone to shows. When you in the arena and everything, even if you in just in the arena, not in a big stadium, you can't really see like who or what is going on ringside like that unless you like right there. So when they put stuff like that on the screen, you can tell when they put his face on the screen because the crowd popped for him. And that's what really sold it to me is that crowd pop. Like, because Cole and Wade, they're gonna put whoever it is over because that's their job as announcers.
That's the hottest free agent.
And
I'm like,
everybody is the hottest free
everybody's hot.
Everybody, bro. Watch.
So it's like, when that crowd popped for him, I was even more happy and more excited because I was like, good. Finally, we don't get one of these debuts where people are like, huh? Who's that? Where did he come from? I need a video package. I was getting there. Trust me, I was
Give me
getting
a
there.
vignette. We need a vignette, please. Oh man.
We need 4 months of vignettes to tell us the same damn thing, and then for them to debut and not get a pop because nobody cares anymore.
Hey, I gotta say, man, that photo is a sick visual with these two, and just imagine.
He was that small.
I think I learned that with John Moxley when they wrestled. I was like, yo, this dude is mad short, but okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But hey, nigga strong as hell though. So it's like, hey, but like, imagine when Big Bronson Reed come back, if he's still aligned with them, and then you got that fool and Bronson Reed to worry about. Man, that's them two alone makes that a scary faction.
Bro, I just this past week, between, I want to say I saw it like after, it was between Backlash and today. Somebody else had posted the highlights of that time when they wrestled. I don't know if it was MLW, Hog, or somewhere, but they wrestled somewhere. I want to say it was here. And just them two, like that is a Big E special, big meaty men slapping meat. Like I'm talking about like some of the power moves that they were able to pull off, like catching each other. That's two big old dudes. And to see Jeff Cobb catch Bronson Reed, knowing he like at least 330, 350, 360 or whatever. To see Jeff Cobb catch this man like he's a luchador. And then carry him around the ring and then slam him, like, bro, come on, man. Like, I don't care how short you are. If you strong like that, you just strong like that. Like, I would love to see like Jeff Cobb versus like Otis, or a Jeff Cobb, Otis, Bronson Reed, like Ivar, Fatal 4-Way. Just a big meaty men slapping meat fest. Just a two big rump roasts, just rah.
Okay. Oh, wait. No.
Hey man, like you ever thought about getting 2 tomahawk steaks and just like on some Viking type, like
whoa. Now listen, Gresh know what side of the tracks I'm on when it comes to this conversation. And I'm getting my dream fulfilled because I got Nia Jackson, Jade Cargill, for crying out loud. That made me incredibly happy. Okay? Brother. And I got so many more matchups I'm waiting for. I still need my Nia Jackson, Piper Niven. Okay? I still need my Last Legend and Jade Cargill. There's so many more I need. Okay? I'm waiting on them. But I understand.
This nigga said pot roast. Slapping.
See? He do that. See, I mark out for the other side. I can't do that. I can't do it. No, I can't. Do it.
You cooking with that Piper and Nia match?
Hey man, it's gotta happen. Stop playing WWE. Make it happen.
Evolution coming up.
Speaking of, Evolution is coming up. Apparently. Apparently. We're gonna come back to Backlash a little bit. But apparently it's supposed to be coming to Atlanta.
Really? So who reported this one?
A lot of niggas.
Yeah, I can't even remember who first said it.
Like because the one thing I hate about Twitter is everybody keeps reporting the same shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's hard for you to pinpoint who actually originated the
Okay, so according to PW Insider, WWE is potentially like it's not set in stone, looking at the weekend of July 12th, 2025 to host the Evolution pay-per-view in Atlanta, Georgia. That is also the same weekend of AEW All In. AEW All In is on that Saturday, and they will likely counter program that with Saturday night's main event that Saturday and probably do Evolution that Sunday, unopposed.
I love when they do this to each other, but for us as wrestling fans, because that's a lot of wrestling to keep up with.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm looking forward to it.
I ain't gonna hold
I really
you.
hope they do it.
I ain't gonna hold you. If they do it, because one of my goals is to be in Texas for All In. Like my goal is to be there. So it don't matter what the fuck they do for to counter program All In. I'm gonna be focused on All In. But as far as Evolution itself, if they do that on that Sunday, that'd be something to check out at the hotel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If I can't make Houston, I guess I could report to Evolution, and we could probably cover it from two different angles. Yeah,
yep.
That would work.
It's a way. The coverage wise ain't gonna be a problem. You just need them to set it in stone so we can knock it out.
Yeah, big facts. That'd be cool. That'd be cool, man. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to all of that because I really want that Evolution to pop off, man. Because like the last time they did it, I really enjoyed it. And just looking at the amount of talent that they have on their roster currently on the women's side, I'm excited for it, like big time. So I'm looking forward to it, hoping that they put it together.
Let me see what else. What else happened at Backlash that was interesting to talk about. I guess we can talk about the main event and then move on. I mean, how y'all feel about Penta and Dom?
I mean, it was cool, but we kind of knew what was going to happen. You know, there was going to be shenanigans. Dom was going to retain. However, we weren't ready for El Grande Americano to be the one that like pretty much helped Dom win.
Who is this for?
I don't know, bro. I really think that this is all a part of some sort of scheme to promote their whole thing with AAA and the Worlds Collide and all of that. That's the only thing that I could.
If it continue after that, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, facts. Big facts. Now I will say what I did like about this match more than anything, I did love that Dom wanted to come out by himself and wrestle. I mean, even though Judgment Day made their way out, he didn't tell them to come out. They just decided to come out just because. And Finn, old sneaky self, over here still hating. And I'm like, oh, you did that on purpose, homie. Trying to act like you was going to hit him with the chair, taking all forever with it. Like,
wait, even in this pic that Gresh got up right here, you see him looking at Dom and the title in a way like he did on that iconic shot when they were closer to the to Gorilla, to the entrance or whatever. Like, so they're like, I love the little nuggets and stuff like that they're dropping. And this to me was like it wasn't actually like a nugget segment. It was almost the whole match was a nugget in and of itself. And it had other little nuggets around it, like the Grande Americano getting that Penta again, and then the stuff with Finn and Dom, and then the stuff with Finn and JD with the chair spot, like you just talked about, highlight. So like, there's a bunch of little nuggets that they're leaving us with, and as long as there's some redeemable entertainment quality about it, I can appreciate it. It wasn't like my favorite match or segment or whatever of the night, but I still appreciate it for what it was.
True. Also, Grande Americano, Chad Gable still can't beat luchadors, yet Grande can. So this is very, very, very hilarious.
With a loaded mask.
Exactly. It's like, okay, all right.
But what wasn't loaded is Pat McAfee's chest after getting Guna.
My chest still hurt from that.
This was a good one. I'm not gonna lie. It to me, the only good part about it was the fact that Pat stood in there and took it like a champ. There were some sloppy spots, of course, because Pat isn't even a real part-time wrestler. He's
an
attraction.
attraction.
So you're gonna get certain things, and he even I think I was watching his show earlier where he was like, "Yeah, I thought I was doing this or I was trying to do this or whatever." He thought he was like laying it in more than what he was, but he really wasn't. And so just little stuff like that, like if he could clean that up, like it would make his attraction matches that much more believable. But the fact that he can get in there and took it like a champ and give it back and everything, and I'm actually glad that it didn't end in like this brutal squash like we all thought it was. It ended with Gunther like giving him a little bit of respect. And I can appreciate that because that can speak to something else down the line with McAfee and or with Gunther.
I agree.
I agree wholeheartedly as well. So it's like, and then you had Cole just spazzing in the headset, and I'm like, "All right, bro, shut up."
I almost thought he was finna get freaking Barrett over there involved. The way he just kept Barrett's like, "Yo, Cole, stay right here, stay here,
like, stay right here. What are you doing?" Like, bro, you are old. You are a father, a grandfather, probably. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
But the crowd did pop, so I can give him that.
Facts.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like right there, I thought Cole was gonna do the whole push the rope closer to help McAfee grab the rope thing.
But then I thought that too. But then I watched it back. He was like, "Yo, bro, stop, tap." He was asking him.
Oh,
he was like, "Stop."
Yeah.
He was like, "Stop, tap, bro. He's whooping your ass. He is fucking you up. Stop."
I.e. Shout out to Rocky. Throw in the damn towel. Throw in the
towel. Oh
yeah. He was like, "Bro, stop." He's like, "Bro, please."
Oh
man. Yeah, that was pretty entertaining also, man.
It was a nice filler between the match before and the main event, so I didn't hate it too much. And then the main event happened. I saw some mixed reactions. Some people said this was better than WrestleMania. I for one said this was better than WrestleMania main event, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
For sure. Absolutely.
But was this the best John Cena match that you've seen since 2018?
No.
Nah. Yeah. I mean,
because I feel, and the reason why I say 2018 because I feel like that's when a lot of people noticed that he got noticeably slower.
Yes, it was because I want to say 2017 he was still like kind of cooking a little bit. It was like 2018, 19 is when it really like. But I think the best match he's had since then was the one with Roman at SummerSlam.
21.
Yeah, I think that was the best one we've seen since his like slowdown. And it's mainly because the style that Roman works is similar to a style that Orton works, a very slow, methodical, impactful style that.
So basically, he works best with people who matches the pace that he goes with.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, honestly, if we're talking recent, I would say it was Elimination Chamber for real. The way him seeing
that was more so the Chamber, like multi-man in a way. But I'm talking about like straight up one-on-one in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, by default, I guess if you go one-on-one, then you probably have to go him and Roman. But this is a close second for sure.
Yeah, this was a throwback, callback. So like, if you was full of nostalgia, this was for you. If you had your expectations low from the start, this is for you. If you had your expectations high, you set yourself up, dumbass.
Pretty much. And then, the thing that I loved about it though was that they went through certain little motions and spots and stuff to allow them to call back to certain spots that they've done in matches previously. And you could kind of see, if you're a nerd about it and pay attention like the three of us do, you could see where like the leapfrog wasn't as crisp. or like the drop downs weren't as crisp, or like hitting the like certain little things here and there. You could tell where the timing or the pacing or whatever was a little off. But other than that, man, it was a good match for what it was. And that's the thing. I think Gresh, you brought it up, and you set the table for this like 2-3 weeks ago or whatever when we first started talking about this match.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into this match expecting 09, 06, or even hell 2015 Orton Cena, you set yourself up for failure.
I will say, I wonder how much Ben Gay both of these ninjas had to put on after. I am quite curious about that because
they definitely had to. They definitely had to sit in the ice bath with some biofreeze on, ready to go. And it wasn't even the regular biofreeze; it was the biofreeze that it's the new one they got with the vape. So that way, if you feel like slightly congested, it open you up a little bit. So it's like it's a 2-for-1. Because I use that all the time, and like with the pollen going on, I be using that biofreeze vape with the vape in it. And my nostrils be I be good.
Right.
So I already know they use everything to their disposal. Because like, let's be real, this is nostalgia, but nostalgia aside, these some old ass motherfuckers. They tired.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm in their age bracket range or whatever you want to call it. And like I got these mats in my kitchen, like these foam mats. So when I'm standing up cooking and stuff, it's easier on my knees.
Oh, I got sandals too with foams.
My knees still be hurting. You know what I'm saying? Like it still be hurting. So I'm like, bro, trust me. If I'm getting slammed through tables and I'm taking bumps and stuff and chair shots and everything else, like you damn right I'm going to get. Bro, Cena had a welt on his back, and I was trying to figure out where did that welt come from.
The rope.
Only thing I could think of. No, I think it was the table.
Mm.
I think it was the table because when he got slammed through the announce table, he hit it, and like it didn't collapse.
He said,
boom, or whatever. So I'm wondering if it was one of them table spots that probably did it, because I'm like, Cena. I mean, I know he don't wrestle a lot, but he's built up enough skin callus or whatever to like he ain't gonna get like rope burn and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if it was a table spot.
It could have been a table spot or the ropes, because them ropes have been. I feel like they've padded up those ropes in recent memory. Like I ain't never heard them ropes as loud as I have been hearing it for the past like 3 years. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was that. And also, it probably also doesn't help the fact that John hasn't been tanned since 2015.
Ooh, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. You're right. It has been a minute. You know what? And it's so obvious, bro. Like
it's jarring. I was like, yo, this is jarring right now. Because if you seen them from 2003, 2002, all the way into like 2015, you like, bro, this dude was borderline Triple H 2008 tan.
He wasn't that bad.
Oh my!
I said borderline. I ain't say directly. I said borderline. Like if he would have went one shade darker, he would have been. Him and Triple H would have been neck and neck on the darkness.
Hey, the only reason why I know exactly what you're talking about, because I had went back and watched, like, was it 22 or 23 Mania main event? It was. I think I watched both of them like within the last like few months or so, and I could definitely tell like Cena's much lighter than he was earlier on in his career.
Hell, I could do you one better. I'm watching classic footage from his feud with R-Truth in 2011, and that brother was tanned like a motherfucker. He was wearing red. He was wearing red, and his skin was red.
And look, if you in the ring with R-Truth a dark skinned dude, so you gonna look light standing next to R-Truth. And because his skin is so dark, and he don't age, so he always looked perpetually like 25, 28.
R-Truth was looking chocolate. John Cena was looking like an essay.
Oh man. It's like when you have milk chocolate and caramel next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oreo McFlurry.
Suntan Superman.
Hey man, the suntan Superman. Hey, oh man.
Speaking of our truth, he calls the finish. He went to save his hero from being punted. Highlights, sounds like he looks kind of like not a fan of this outcome.
No. I mean, I enjoyed it. I hate that Truth had to suffer an RKO, but I understand why. It's better than Travis Scott. I can tell you that much.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was expecting to hear Fiend.
No, you just wanted to hear that because you wanted to hear everybody freak out. That's what this is true.
This is also true.
Chaos
I am a menace to society. We've
Gresh wanted the chaos.
Exactly.
Wanted the chaos.
I kind of wanted the chaos, but at the same time, I was like, but hey, you know what? What the funny thing is with this outcome is a pretty fun fact. John Cena is the white rapper that needs the black rapper to stay on top.
And that's been proven twice.
No argument for me.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
For me.
So I'm gonna know which black rapper he gonna get to help him retain at WrestleMania. Cardi B, you about to help him out.
Ice Cube's available.
Yeah, SummerSlam or whatever. So
she's supposed to hold SummerSlam. So I'm pretty sure he ain't defending that title again until SummerSlam. So,
oh boy, somebody getting kicked in the balls.
I heard he may it may be him and Truth at Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, that's the rumor, man.
That's the rumor. I mean, I don't know, but it's
which version of Truth though?
I don't care.
No, the reason I asked because if he's out here being goofy,
I mean, there's a way that they could tell that story to make it interesting.
Yeah, they could. What if he accidentally won the match and didn't realize he won?
Call me. I'm gonna get online. I'm gonna fill out my application for the writing job. Call me.
You know what? Yeah, there could be a fun way to set this up. Like, I told Highlight earlier. I'm like, bro, I was watching the footage of John Cena and R-Truth on that TH14 YouTube channel that be compiling like the build to certain matches, and I'm like, bro, shit was entertaining, and that was 2011. It was not serious. Like even John wasn't even taking him serious. He was like, bro, this man has lost his fucking mind. Who is Little Jimmy? And he was like, Little Jimmy, Big Jimmy. And I was like, Big Jim.
Bro.
Yep.
Like
Jimmy was
R-Truth is just, I mean, he's so underrated. So underrated. And get that brother his flowers while we can, bro, because I just feel like you need people like an R-Truth in order to give you that brevity in the situation. And the fact that he can be serious and he can heal off if he wanted to, if he really needed to dig into that bag, he has that in his bag. And the fact that he's just so entertaining, it's so funny, and he gets everybody to break character and whatnot. Like, it's a delight to see somebody like him in the role that he's played with Cena in My Childhood Hero, even though he's 5 years older. Like, bro, it is hilarious.
He was a fan of a fetus. That's crazy.
A fan of sperm and egg.
Yeah.
Hey, he actually
pause.
Talk about break character. He did get Cena to smirk too, so there's that. At that press conference, he did smirk a little bit when he was like, "We got a lot of history. You know what I'm talking about?" He smirked like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
Cena, he tried to put his head down, but it's like, bro, that big square jaw, we saw that smirk. Your big blockhead ass can't hide a smirk behind your hat, bro.
Oh man, for real. He can't though. You're right. Oh
What
shit.
are you doing? Like we see that big ass head.
But the last thing about Cena, do you think they're going? Because a lot of people was talking about that last shot that we saw of him in the crowd in the arena where he was like getting emotional. What they were saying, because this crowd don't want to boo this man. They do not want to boo this man at all. They hit him with a thank you, Cena.
It's man. Oh, it's like it's kind of like how we were talking about Seth earlier. Like Seth comes out, his music hits, people sing his music.
Mm-hmm.
The moment the music turns off and he starts talking, people start booing.
Mhm.
And it's like you have that strange dichotomy between him and the fans where people legit hate him right now, or they don't really like him, or whatever however you want to call it, because of what he's done. But then at the same time, it's like, but that's my childhood hero. Like that's my GOAT. You know what I'm saying? That's just the 17 unseen. You know, like you can't help but to appreciate him because you know this is his last go round.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, with Cena, he's not going to be one of those guys that's going to do like a Mick Foley retirement and come back.
Nah, he said he done.
Yeah,
Like,
he's done.
Done.
you
So
can kind of tell the way he was wrestling for the past some odd years. Like you could tell he's like, I'm already halfway out. Now I'm just finna give y'all one last year and I'm done.
yeah,
So
and I mean I'm cool with it, but like I think that I don't think it's going to derail him from being this heel character. I don't think that that'll happen. I think that eventually he may get to a point and be like, all right, let's turn me back face, send me out on top, and you know.
I mean he should because bruh, Rock ain't here. I've moved on.
And he ain't coming back. It don't seem like he coming back or he interested in coming back.
He's
Especially
not.
with the little tension
Facts.
between him and Triple H on creative and stuff like that. So it's just like, let's just go ahead and ride this out with Cena and figure out how we gonna pivot and take it on home.
Speaking of what needs to be taken on home soon as the bell ring, Logan Paul challenging Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday Night's Main Event has been made official. It was
Good.
made official at
Good.
Backlash.
And Gunther's challenging the winner of said match.
Yeah, on June 9th, the Raw after Money in the Bank, which is
interesting. Because that means we could get a cash in that scenario.
Bruh, I didn't even think about that.
The only way that's the only way I see that making sense. Because I'm like, why wait until after Money in the Bank? Unless that's gonna be just the John Cena. Unless that's the next time John Cena defending that title.
That's gonna be
It threw me off too. What's gonna be interesting?
I was just thinking of like now seeing who's gonna qualify for Money in the Bank this year. Seeing who ends up taking it, and then I think the winner is gonna determine what happens with that between Cena and their rematch.
You know what threw me off when Gunther said I'm challenging the winner on June 9th? I was like, what's June 9th?
Raw.
That's what threw me off because he said a date. Normally they say like I'm challenging the winner at Money in the Bank. I'm challenging the winner on Raw. I'm doing like he just said June 9th. Like what is that?
The funny thing is, he said June 9th, but I'm like, bruh, you're skipping Money in the Bank and Saudi.
Exactly.
You basically just gave us the playbook.
I
you could have just said I'm challenging the winner.
Bro, I even thought he was gonna say like, clash or something. You know what I'm saying? Like way down the line. Nope.
He said Raw. I'm gonna win the title back on Netflix.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. It's like I don't know.
I'm not complaining because I'm pretty sure the match. Like one thing about me, I will never complain about Gunther wrestling because him and Jey, when they want to, they can actually kill it. But do I really want to see Gunther lose again? No.
No, not really. I mean, we say like it's so long away. It's really only it's 4 weeks from yesterday away.
Yeah.
So it's not. It seems like it's further off than what it is. I guess because we got the Saturday night's main event coming up, and then it just sounded kind of odd just to say a date and not like a show or whatever. But I mean, I'd be interested in seeing how all of this is going to play out. We pretty much know like Jay's going to beat Logan,
Yeah, that's a given.
and him and Gunther are going to have their rematch on that Netflix Raw, and then we're just going to go from there and see what happens. I'd be surprised if they did take it off of Jay on that June 9th Raw.
Yeah, honestly, that'd be the earliest that I expect them to take it off. The latest is SummerSlam.
Yeah. And Gunther
I
ain't
could
doing
see-
no short title reign, bro. You can scratch that. That man ain't finna win a title to lose it in a matter of like seconds.
I could see, and when you brought up the fact of the Money in the Bank highlight,
Mm-hmm.
I could see him getting cashed in on, but not like your traditional cash in. He's just had a grueling match, retained his title, and then 2 minutes later he's losing it. I could see Gunther being that kind of guy where they cash in and then they have like a 15-minute banker, like right after he just had a 20-minute banker. I could see
Yeah,
something
because
like
he
that.
wrestled a style where he doesn't get tired.
Right.
So yeah, they can pull. He could be like, "Yeah, all right, just so you know, you about to fight," and then they just go crazy for 15 minutes straight,
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen
and he
like
still win.
a Gunther,
Oh, they
like
can't waste the cash in again for the men's, bro. That'll be the second year in a row.
That would be so epic.
I'll be laughing. I'll be
That
like,
would
"Ha!
so epic.
Time to
Oh my!
retire the briefcase."
Don't retire the briefcase. Come on, man, stop it. That is blasphemy.
Well, I mean, 'cause last year, you know what I'm saying, with the way that cash in went, it wasn't successful. So that's why I was like, they
It
can't
had
do
a
that.
story behind it, so I kind of understand last year.
True.
But at the same time, I understand the other side of the coin where they're like they could have literally just added Drew to the triple threat and just had Punk screw him anyway without a briefcase. So that's what I'm saying. I see both sides of like I'm like, okay, they're telling the story, but also they could have just added him to the match.
Big facts.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what all that ends up like. I'm looking forward to it though.
So we mentioned Charlotte and well, no, before that, Jay got more ops than just Gunther though. That man got involved in the opening with
Mm-hmm.
Seth.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So what we think going on with this? Like we are they teasing a third man, or you feel like somebody's turning?
They're
I
not.
don't know yet. I just think Jay's got his attention focused a little bit in too many places, and that's going to lead to his downfall. Kind of like Cody was, where it's like,
Basically
hey,
not minding his business.
yeah, because it's like, why are you involved in this? But then you got Logan Paul on your plate. Now Gunther just came and it's like, hey, I'm challenging the winner of this. So you got Logan Paul over here sneak hitting you, Gunther watching over you, trying to hope that he wrestles you again because he wants to purposely beat you. And now you got Braun over here attacking you out the blue because you in their business with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm a master of minding my damn business, so you already know where I stand.
Listen, like, and the thing that I love about all of this is that they interweave different storylines and stuff, and they do it seamlessly. And you can have Jay involved with the Gunther title match storyline with Logan Paul, and now he's into this thing with Sami and Punk and Seth and them. And it's like it makes sense. And when they cross pollinate stories like that and it makes sense, I love it. And I've said this for a long, long time, for many, many years. Like when you can mix in all those different storylines and make it work, and everything makes sense and it flows together. Like there's a certain cohesion in storytelling that you need to have when you're going to do something like that. You can't just throw people in multiple different storylines and it doesn't make any sense, because then the audience loses focus on what they're supposed to focus on in said storyline.
Facts.
Yeah.
Back to Mundo, my brother. Back to Mundo. But a little bit to wrap up, I guess, the WWE talk. We talked about Charlotte Flair earlier. Are you interested in the Charlotte and Jade match that they keep teasing? Because they're doing this by design.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And shout out to Jade, because all this criticism she's been getting, she's been cooking a lot lately on these one-on-ones. I just want to make that very known to people. She's been cooking.
The criticism is not accurate, valid, or without preconceived notion. Because anybody with a brain knows that she's not the same as she was in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Big facts.
Right. I can see the improvement that she's made over her time in WWE. And I can see that, you know, she's really taking it serious. And even though she took time to go shoot a movie and stuff, she came back and you can tell that she worked on her craft. And again, like pacing, timing, selling, and things like that, like I can see where she's improving. And I love that for her, because she has she has superstar written all over her. And I'm talking about crossover superstar appeal. But if she can master this and really become a big superstar here, it's only going to help propel her career elsewhere. And that to me is truly where it looks like she wants to eventually go, the way she talks and how she presents herself and whatnot. And I just a match like that with a Charlotte is going to be more difficult, and I don't think it's going to be as good as people think, because there's always that talk where Charlotte can't really lead a match. She has to be led through a match. And so if you got somebody like Jade in there with a Charlotte, you're going to really need a good producer to help them work through a good solid match together, because you got one person who's a great worker, but they just can't, evidently they can't lead a good match. And then you have somebody else who's pretty still green and new to the business, so you can't have her lead a match. She's still like trying to work out kinks and stuff. So I think that they're constantly teasing that until they feel more comfortable with the chemistry those two ladies will have in ring. And it's great because it's like, you know, you want to see it. We've talked about it since Jade signed with WWE. That's one of the matches that we want to see. Just gotta wait.
And the second and last thing for SmackDown, Alexa Bliss is back again.
It's probably gonna be disappeared
again.
3 months again. Yeah, because that was just convenience, people. They happen to be in Ohio.
I feel like they're doing something with the Wyatts. I don't know what, because there's no way that they heard that pop at the Royal Rumble and said, "Hey, let's put her on ice for 2 months."
And I hope so.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gresh. I think that they are going to do something with them. And to me, if they weren't, I think we would have seen some of them, one of them, a couple of them, or whatever, released in this latest round of releases. And when I didn't see any of them released, I was like, okay, yeah, something's got to be up, because you got people that could have fit the description of being able to be released and they weren't. That's in the YS6. So why not? Why not see what you can do with them? I mean, it's still a storyline that people want to see, no matter what the online community says.
And she's still the scary, spooky, hilarious Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
So and they won because of course they was in Ohio. And then something that both of us didn't like in the group chat, Fraxium defeat the Street Profits that gave me 100%.
Yeah.
Was not a fan.
Man. Me either, dog. But I guess I can understand it story-wise, because as you mentioned, they weren't 100%. So I'm sure they'll run it back when they are, and it let her go with the right outcome. Because I like Fraxine, I do, but why catapult them so quickly? You know?
Yeah, I didn't. I was not a fan of this. I did not appreciate it. I did not like it. I did not want to see it. And like y'all said, hey, bro, you know they were still hurt. Just that I don't care that they were hurt. Like I ain't like it. I ain't like it at all. But I mean, I get that you want to push them, but you could have found a different way to push those guys than have them beat up on the street profits like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made it's like they made us look side eye. They made me side eye Nick Aldis. I'm like, bruh, they not 100%. What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Just for kayfabe purposes, it shouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm. You're slipping, homie. You're slipping.
Did you see Doc leave me and him hanging?
Oh yeah, bro. I was like, yo, how you gonna leave my girl hanging like that, dog?
She was like, okay. and Brianna was like, all right, let me dap you up just so he won't be left hanging too much.
I'm a fan of anytime B-Fab is on my television screen, on my computer screen, on my phone screen. Anytime B-Fab is on a screen in front of me, I'm a fan of that time.
Man, Miss Brianna Brandy. Come on now. Hey.
Edible.
I get it. I get it. Hey, but one more thing though, before you transition. I didn't get to put this in the note, but it came to me. Big E. Did y'all catch that clip of him talking about ageism with women?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, let's touch on that really briefly real quick. What is y'all thoughts on him speaking out about that and what he had to say in regards to that?
He's spitting facts because it is a double standard when it comes to men and women when it comes to age. Like, bro, we legit have a 50-year-old as WWE champion and John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And Jey Uso damn near 40.
Jey Uso, Jey Uso is literally out here talking about I'm gonna give y'all another 5 years before I retire. And I'm like, bro, and I just sat there, I was like, bro, how old the fuck are you? And then I looked at his age, I'm like, bro, you are up there. So but when you got people like who's in up there in the close to 40?
Charlotte,
you got what?
Becky.
Charlotte, Becky. Like, hey, we need y'all to put the next generation over. And it was like, why?
Mm-hmm.
We're not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Big facts.
It's like the only way I see somebody, hey, it's time to put someone over is if you're like, you're injury prone. Mm-hmm. You just can't get back over with the crowd. Like if they're still getting pops, like case in point. And I don't know why I saw this, but someone was like, Rhea Ripley should put the next up and comer up, and I'm like, Rhea is still up and coming her damn self. She's just 25, 26.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? She's not even 30.
Look, Zoe Stark is 31, bro. Think about that.
Bro, that whole Rhea Ripley conversation.
She's 31.
Rhea is 20. Rhea's 28. She'll be
28
29 in October.
That's what I'm saying. Still, I'm like, she's not that old.
But I think what it is because she's still not even 30 yet, but she's been there since she was basically in the spotlight since she was like 20, 21.
Mm-hmm.
I think the length of time in the spotlight has more to do with it than anything else. And to me, when I see women like Charlotte and Becky and Bayley and some of those women that are in their mid to late 30s or even early 40s, shit, I think Asuka's like 41, 42 or whatever.
I believe she's the oldest active.
Bruh,
yeah, because Shayna was 45.
Yeah. But Shayna can go. Asuka can go. Like, what are we really talking about?
Oh, let's not forget people like Mercedes Martinez, bro. She still be going, and she definitely.
Come on.
It's more so, honestly, let's just call a spade a spade. It's more so people just want the next young smoke show that they want to lust over online.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, what's her name? Mako Satomura. She just retired at 45.
Mm-hmm.
And that woman, she was just a few years ago NXT UK Women's Champion.
Oh yeah, she was going crazy.
Like, bruh, like what we talking about? Like, when I realized that was the same woman that was on WCW Monday Nitro, it freaked me out because I was like, wait, what? Like, and she still to this day was still going. I mean, she could deliver like a 15, 20, 30-minute banger if she needed to at 45.
Yep.
Like, what we talking about, bro?
It's what I just told you. Like they're slapping this limitation on women, and it's like you don't realize that the hypocrisy is definitely showing. And let's keep it. Let's be real. That a lot of these women are outdoing the men.
Yeah.
Bro.
So these men that you're putting on pedestal, let's keep. I think everybody's just putting like, hey, just keep the same energy. Like, hey, you want them to push these 35, 45-year-old women out the door? Do the same thing with the men. Do the same thing with Finn Balor. Do the same thing with AJ Styles. Do the same thing with John Cena. Do the same thing with Randy. Like, y'all was literally just celebrating that Randy Orton said, hey, I want to do this for another 10 years.
Yeah.
That dude gonna be damn near 60 when he plans to retire. He's gonna be Ric Flair.
Exactly.
Ass.
And don't get us started on that fool, because he just didn't know when to quit. Took a whole pacer to get this man to finally quit, and even then he still wanted to wrestle.
And he still want to go. He still want to go to this day.
Hey, listen, he's up on talking about how old Randy Orton is. We round to be the same age, bro. He a few months older.
Okay,
Kobe. What about Kobe? People
Kobe
get
too.
Kobe
Like,
now,
that's what I'm saying.
Bruh,
It's
Kobe
just
is
the same energy.
and you know, it's crazy because people don't want to say it, but it's like it's definitely rooted in sexism. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I definitely think it's rooted in sexism. And when a woman gets of a certain age and she may have a certain look about herself or whatever, you know, people start to judge them differently than what they judge men. And it's like, but we got, like you said, John Cena's like 47 or 48 or whatever, and he's clearly lost a step, even though he's still a huge star. Why are we like celebrating him and cheering for him and everything else, and he on his way out the door? But you got Charlotte and Becky that ain't even turned 40 yet. And I could see some of the stuff with them because they've been pushed so much. And that's my drawback to it. I have nothing to do with their age. I hope they keep wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I love what they bring to the table.
We never bring up age on anything.
Anything.
Never.
And it's crazy because look, Natalya is 42.
Bro. And she will whoop most wrestlers' ass, men and women included.
Yeah, she trains everybody and twists them up like Stu did back in the day.
Listen.
Exactly.
Listen. Like,
all in all, it's like, bro, just keep the same energy at the end of the day, because it's ridiculous and it is redundant. Speaking of redundant, do you think Roman is coming back at main event? That brother ain't coming back till June. His PTO still kicked in.
His birthday is at the end of this month.
Yeah, he ain't coming back until June.
That brother is going to take at least another week after his birthday and then come back. At least.
But speaking of main event, the last one that was just added is the next one just added for the next match is Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker versus CM Punk and Sami Zayn in a tag team match.
See, this match makes
That's why I asked that question. It was like, do we feel like somebody's turning?
And this trust issues too.
Yeah, and I could see why people would think that. And what really led to it is somebody posted a picture on Twitter of Seth when he hit the Shield with the chairs in the back. And then when you saw Punk and Jay with Sami in the ring, and Sami had the chair and he was standing in the position Seth was standing in. And this whole fascination with the third man, like, I blame Eric Bischoff and the NWO and them for doing this, because ever since that summer of 1996, people have been obsessed with a third man being added to a two-man faction. And everybody thought The Rock had a third man. And now they think Seth and Braun gonna have a third man.
The Rock shouldn't have had a first man. That man shouldn't have been there. Let's just start there.
Thank you. But it's like this weird obsession with the third man and the backup plan and da 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 da. And it's like, okay, like we don't have to fall into the same tropes. Sometimes they can tell similar storylines, but then take a different avenue with it. Like that being said, I would be mad at Sami turn.
They give him something different to do.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't be mad at it.
If they make it make sense.
Yes.
Because, brother, why would you get speared twice in a row just to turn? So that's what I'm saying. They have to make it make sense.
And he would have to come out and cut one of those promos like, I saw the light and I talked to Paul Heyman and
he shifted my spine, so I saw the light.
Yeah. Something happened when he rearranged my guts, and it made me realize like just how much I needed to.
Yo.
I mean, he speared him, dog. You didn't see the tape around his ribs and stuff.
His guts did do a handstand. So
that's what I'm saying.
His guts did do that Michael Jackson's half split.
I ain't saying nothing wrong.
Your mind just went there.
Exactly. Don't blame me. That's y'all. I'm talking about shoot, man. Look.
He just said he just bubble guts.
Man, listen, I'll never forget. I caught a cramp so bad because I was messing with my mom about what I was gonna wear to my grandfather's funeral. I started catching cramps in my ribs. And like it was no position I could get in that was comfortable. So trust me, I know what that feels like when you got your ribs is all messed up and stuff. Brother, it is not fun.
But yeah, this match would be fun. How do we feel about that conversation where they're saying basically Saturday's main event is basically just a taped house show? Because all this prediction that we're doing, it probably won't even matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hate to be the bearer of that. I'm on the other side of the fence with that. I don't think Sami's turning, y'all. I think he's just gonna get an old-fashioned tag match, and I'm assuming the new faction wins, but who knows? Who knows?
I mean, I would hate for them to lose.
Well, I mean, God forbid we have that happen. But the thing is, man, I'm just a fan of the business and a fan of what they're doing, and so I'm just looking forward to how they're going to tell these stories and whatnot. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm not worried about, is there a third man? Will Sami turn? Won't Sami turn? Like, I'm just glad that the business is healthy. It is where it is, and we're getting entertaining storylines and whatnot, and we're getting quality matches too. Because like sometimes you get an entertaining storyline and the match falls flat, or you get a bad storyline.
Triple H versus Randy Orton 2009.
I knew you was going there. I knew you was going there, bro. I knew you.
Match was entertaining as hell. Then when the bell rung at WrestleMania, and boy,
my boy had PTSD just now from that. Like literally.
Hey, I need to go back and watch that one again.
And it wasn't a bad match. It was just bad placement and a standard match where, hey, I kicked your father-in-law and your brother-in-law's head off the skull. DDT'd your wife, kissed her in front of you, knocked you out with a sledgehammer. You invaded my house, got arrested, threatened to break my neck, and said, hey, we're going to have a wrestling match.
I think that match, like that's like we could have a whole episode or a series of episodes on feuds and matches that should have gotten color when WWE was against the whole no bleeding thing, no blading and all of that. Like that one was definitely one of them where it should have happened, and it would have added the right kind of context to that match and to that feud, especially a main event of Mania for the title and everything.
And y'all had to follow Shawn and Taker. One?
Bruh, come on, bruh. Like,
they was set up. That's what I meant by match placement. Like they was set up to fail.
And this is that was like the second time that happened to Triple H, because the first time it was at 18 when it was him and Jericho in the title match.
Make that the third, because let's not forget him and Roman too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that match was ass.
Bruh. Well, listen, I liked it because I was in the building,
Well,
and
yeah.
you could hear people hated that Roman won. It was very audible. People did not.
Oh yeah, if you watch the replay, they muted it like a mug. Like they literally like you can watch if you watch that replay back, it's dubbed over with sound.
Yeah. And so I don't know, man. I feel like we need to just start appreciating stuff for what it is. And like
Oh, that's what I do. Like if I don't enjoy it, I don't even complain about it. I'll be like, well, that happened, and I move on.
Exactly. Let's look forward to the next thing instead of complaining about the last thing.
I'm like, well, that happened. I wish they would have did this way. You know, all that I just said, it takes me 30 seconds to get it out of my system, and I'll be like, all right, let me go eat some food.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I'm a fat motherfucker, so I'm a skinny fat dude. So I eat. Like when I'm upset, I eat. So
I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna eat as soon as we get off.
Man,
I'm gonna eat some steak.
I got some stuff right
I got some steak in the fridge. I'm about to warm that junk up and scramble me some eggs. Have some steak and eggs for dinner.
Yeah, I did get some steaks at the store yesterday, but I don't know when I'm gonna cook them. I may end up doing that tomorrow and just putting the season, the marinade and stuff in there.
Anything interesting happening in AEW right now? Outside of the stuff that we talked about last week?
I mean, not really.
Apparently, now I'm just going.
What is this I'm seeing about Zach Gowen wrestling?
Oh yeah, Ricochet apparently like stole his leg and like literally pretended to limp on it too when he went up the stage with like literally ripped his leg. Yeah, that was hilarious. I will say that. I was like, dang, bro. Zach Gowen, we going back to 2007, 5?
No, 2003.
You're right. You're right.
It was 2003 because Brock turned heel.
The thing that kind of like threw it off for me.
Goodness gracious.
What
threw it off for me was we just saw a spot like that in WWE. And so
the TLC match
going on with this. Like, are we real right now?
Apparently so, bro.
You just had that spot with like a prosthetic leg spot, and now you having a whole other prosthetic leg spot. So it's like, is this a now in wrestling, or what are we doing?
I didn't even know Zach was still wrestling.
Oh yeah, it was the same, man. He had his kids with him and everything, dog. It was like, wow, you a whole dad. Like, the kids had to watch the leg.
I'm gonna go a step further. I didn't even know he was still walking with us.
I mean, I didn't either, but god dang, why you gotta die?
Wait, that wasn't the pun. That wasn't a pun. My bad.
Oh my goodness.
Alrighty.
My bad. My bad. That wasn't the pun. I was just like, yo, I didn't know he was, bruh. I thought he was done. Like I thought he was like after he got released, I thought he was done. That lets you know how checked out I am with people.
Hey,
I think he was still doing some stuff in the indies from time to time, but I don't think he was just blazing the scene like that.
Oh, he wasn't popping like that.
Yeah, but I think I would see his name from time to time on like indie shows here and there, but that was about it. Nothing crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But I was gonna reference Graham from Public Enemies, cheap plug. Check them out at Thursday. I was tripping when I thought I heard him say what he said, and I was like, I looked back at the clip and I'm like, wait, when did Mercedes get so thick all of a sudden? Because I was like, hold on.
She eating her oatmeal.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
She eating her oatmeal. She getting them glute work-ins.
Man,
she working on them lunges, and she hitting them barbell squats.
I was like, my lord, who is this? What new wrestler did they get? And I'm like, wait, no, that's Mercedes. What the?
She definitely she honestly, I feel like she definitely eating with Naomi. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
she was double cheeked up on a Wednesday night. Looking mighty fine.
Oh, and it's Tony Storm promo too.
CEO. CEO. Lost her belt. Lost her belt. Lost her
Yeah.
belt.
I love how she freaked out afterwards too.
But
She pushed her in.
see, here's the sad part about her losing that though. Is kind of telling us in a way what's on the horizon here. Because usually if you lose
Oh, she's
one,
definitely winning it. She's definitely winning it all out. All in.
Well, both belts will be held hostage. Looks like that women's division's pretty much screwed.
Well, I mean, what if I don't know, man. I still like the idea of and the way they did it in New Japan when she dropped that title was they made it a triple threat and she didn't get pinned.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that is creative because it's a way to get the belt off the champion, and then she spazzed out after the match. So like that can lean into like her being paranoid or nervous or whatever. Kind of like what I alluded to before, like sending her into some sort of tailspin or something like that. Like that would be really interesting. But
Yeah,
considering
because her entire character has been arrogance, and it's like it's
Mhm.
time to humble her a little bit,
Mhm.
and not the humble that y'all weirdos online be talking about, but like character wise, humbling.
Right, right, like an Iron Sheik type of humbling.
Mm-hmm. And the other matches that they got for tomorrow is Joe Mox steel cage match for the world title.
Should be fun.
Hey
Should be
man,
fun. Joe
we
ain't winning though.
we probably know what's gonna happen. Because we need that payoff with Mox and this whole Death Rider storyline and the briefcase and all that crap. But as long as they find an interesting way of telling the story of Joe losing or not winning the title or whatever it is they want to do, like I'm with it because Samoa Joe is another one of those people that's gotten up there in age, and he can still go. I mean, he may not go like he used to, and I like Gresh and shout out to Sierra as well. Like they've been hipping me to some old school TNA stuff, and I've been trying to catch up on some old school TNA stuff, watching that channel on my smart TV or whatever, and just watching some old Samoa Joe from like the mid 2000s, late 2000s or whatever, and 2010s or whatever, and just seeing the kind of wrestler he was, and seeing him out, like he can still do some of those spots and stuff. It just doesn't look as crisp or as quick, or like with that insecurity kick in the corner. He doesn't like move as quick, and it
He does
doesn't
the
snap
boom,
as
and then
much.
you
Yeah.
can kind of see him prepping for the jump
Mm-hmm.
after the elbow. You like boom, and then he hop and then kick. Yeah,
Right.
and it comes with age. Like ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll definitely be a fun steel cage match. And then you got Hangman and Will Ospreay teaming up against the Don Callis families, Josh Alexander and Konosuke Takeshita.
Can they coexist, Tom?
It's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a banger, but it's like, yeah, you gotta get that can they coexist before the pay-per-view?
I love when they do that kind of tag team match with two guys that's about to face each other at the pay-per-view. I love those. For whatever reason, I love those because it's always that animosity. Can they coexist and that little tension or whatever? And then the heel team is normally the heel team that always teases like trying to mess with them and stuff like that. And I love it.
Yeah. And before we get up out of here, we're gonna go. We usually do this in the beginning, but we save it for the end, and that is Sabu. Unfortunately, passed away at 60 this past weekend, I believe.
Yeah, it was Mother's Day, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was Mother's Day, unfortunately. So, hey, man, Sabu, suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, death defying. It's crazy.
Hey, bro. Like I remember coming across ECW when they were in the transition between Eastern and Extreme. I want to say sometime like 94, 95 or so, maybe. At my grandparents' house. This back when they used to have an actual satellite dish in the backyard, and you would have to change the positioning of the satellite to get different channels and stuff. And I found ECW, and I ended up writing it down, the channel that it was on, because you have to write the positioning of the satellite and then the channel or something else, something crazy like that. But that's how I came across ECW, and ever since then, when I first saw Sabu, I was like, man, I ain't never seen nothing like this before. Like this dude he's crazy, and it went from him like doing these death defying like high spots to like just the craziest kind of barbed wire fire and everything else kind of match, chairs and everything else. And I was like, not only is he like this crazy high flyer, but he's like really extreme. And so he brought a style to like wrestling and some innovation that, you know, a lot of people, you see it today. And like the kids say, he has children. That's what they call it, because you see a lot of his influence in today's professional wrestling. And just a tragic end, and the controversy surrounding it. I'm not even going to get into all of that, but it's just sad,
Me either.
man.
I'm not. I
It's
read
just
it. I
sad,
read it.
man.
Read it.
Yeah,
I've touched up
yeah,
on. I've touched up on it off air. I'm good on that. I'm just gonna remember Sabu because I was unlike you. I was introduced to Sabu during WWE's reboot of ECW.
Oh, bro.
So I saw a watered down version, and I was like, this dude was still cool back then. And then when I did my research, I'm like, why the fuck is this man not this version here?
Yeah, I was introduced to him through the video games most times because I played the ECW video game. He was on the backyard wrestling games. Sabu was one of those guys that you saw literally like almost every wrestling game. And
he was in the SmackDown versus Raw game too, like the 08.
Yeah. And it was always just cool being able to like play with him. That was one of my favorites because of the Sabu spots you could do in there, like prop the chair, run on the chair, and clothesline, or like I love that they let you do that. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that was cool. Oh, I can do the Sabu spot. Oh, I can run off a chair, jump on the rope, and just flip. Yo, this is so cool.
Bust yourself open.
Yeah, exactly. But feuds wise, man, I always just think of him and Taz and their epic battles, and then I think about him and RVD as well, and just how they were two high flying maniacs that could just do some crazy stuff. And then I think about that epic theme music, man. I always used to love that. Do, 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 do.
Yeah. I think the thing that made his music so epic is you heard those first beats. And like depending on what they did with the lighting, he would not come out until that beat dropped.
Yeah.
Into the guitar.
Yes.
So all you heard was
the guitar riff. That's when he would come. And you would get like the first couple of guitar riffs, and then he would come out.
Yeah.
It was the way he came out that made that theme song so iconic. The song was great, but it was
he pulled
like
Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah.
The beat drop. He's like, like his whole family, everybody getting their ass whooped. He's like, I'm finna make the save, but the beat got to drop.
You know it. Beat got the drop. I got to throw my one up, and we good.
Yeah, man. But yeah, shout out to Sabu, man. I want to go back and watch like when they had that build up to him and Taz, and the lights cut out.
Yeah.
And then they cut the lights on. Bruh, I just imagine like, because like sometimes I'll scroll down memory lane and go back and watch like some old school wrestling. It could be 80s, 70s, 90s, whatever. And one thing that I always do is I'll be like, man, what if we heard this pop in an arena or a big stadium or something like that? How would this pop translate like move this moment in time and expand the audience in this place, you know, and figure out how big that pop would have been. And that Sabu Taz pop in that ECW arena with however many people they had in there, man, that would have rivaled a lot of pops that we've heard at WrestleManias and big shows.
Oh yeah, sure. And for those who followed him on WWE side, him and John Cena was a fun little brief feud.
Yes.
Because John Cena could have easily used his top guy stroke and be like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Nah, he came in and he said, just do whatever the fuck you want. And Sabu said, oh. That man was lighting him up with chairs, did the leg drop through the announce table. Man, that dude was he took everything.
Not just the leg drop, the springboard leg drop off the chair onto the ropes, onto the table. Like the spot highlight was just talking about being able to do in a video game. Like that whole springboard thing, like other people were doing it already, but Sabu brought another element to it that made it cool. Boy. And every time I saw him do it, like from the first few times, he added something to it. You know, and it's just, bruh, like that dude, I swear, he just, man, it's sad, but
he's one of them. He's one of them ones, and apparently they're doing a Dark Side of the Ring on the original Sheik, his uncle. That's gonna be airing as soon as we get off air here. So I'm gonna definitely try to check that out at some point. But yeah, rest in peace, Sabu. One of the greatest innovators that a lot of people will always respect. His Twitter game was crazy. Like he was hilarious on Twitter. People have been posting screenshots of like his random tweet thoughts because he tweet like a boomer.
And it's crazy because what's so wild is I was thinking about literally reaching out to him for an interview because I saw he was on the list of talent that I was going to reach out to, and like I was like, man, I would like, you know, and to find that news, man, just devastated me that I didn't do that sooner, man. That's one regret I had, that I should have did that sooner, because it would have been cool just to get to know, like,
just to pick his brain.
Yeah, pick his brain and just what it was like going through those legendary matches, like what you're thinking when you're doing these death-defying moments like that. I mean, dude was like a Jeff Hardy before Jeff Hardy, man. Like doing all of this, you know what I mean? So
he was a Jeff Hardy, basically OP'd, because he would not. It was like bro literally split his arm open and said, like, just give me glue and tape, and I will just patch it up right here and deal with the aftermath later. Yeah, that man did not care.
He wrestled with a broken neck.
Yeah,
like the dude wrestled with a neck brace on, bro. Like,
and snatched it off middle of the match.
Yes,
I said, screw it, I'll pay for it later.
No, facts, man.
Like, he was the definition of fuck around and find out.
On site.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Rest in peace, Sabu, man. Rest in peace. And that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of the Gresham Lee's podcast. We will be back next week, which will be headlined by, I believe, Double or Nothing preview and predictions.
Ooh.
Because I think it says the 25th. Is it next week or the week after?
Hold up.
I could be lying. Don't quote me. I could be lying. Wait, no, it's next week. Yeah, next week the 20th. So yeah, and Double or Nothing is on the 25th.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, Sunday, May 25th. So it's like Double or Nothing and Saturday night's main event.
Oh yeah, so it's like a double whammy preview, and yeah. So hopefully you guys will tap in with us on that one. What y'all got coming up? Flip a coin.
Look. Go ahead, Jermaine. You first, brother.
Tomorrow, Susio Sports gonna be live again, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. We got a few things to talk about, man. Like I will go in more depth about the whole Derek Carr Saints situation. Also go in more depth about a few other little things going on around the NFL and the NBA playoffs and whatnot with me and Keys. So just tune into that.
Oh yeah, and Mr. Highlight.
For sure. So we cooking up some freestyles, man. Worked on a few before the show started, so I'll let you guys know when we get those finished up, and I'll shoot them over to Gresh, and we'll get them cooked up and ready soon. Shout out to any independent wrestlers out there, man. I got a couple of theme songs that'll be releasing on the Mike Mayhem Music site. So if you're not already, follow that and stream that. They got some dropping this Friday. And like I said, if you're an independent wrestler out there and you need a theme, holla at your boy. So far, your boy is not disappointed, and everybody has been over since they've gotten a theme from your boy. I'm just saying. So we in business. Holla at your boy.
Hey.
Yeah, that's really it. Other than just working on setting up some interviews in the next few weeks, hopefully for Life's Botch. Then looking at some studios. We're going to set location up and just kind of see who we can get on and do some with some local talent as well as some virtual talent. So y'all stay tuned for those. Keep it locked, and that's about it on this side.
Yeah, man. So trust me, if nobody got over with this man's vocal, they suck as a talent. It ain't him. It's them. That's all I'm saying.
Hey.
But yo, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
If you suck, you suck.
You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck.
We
Bitch.
can only do
But
what's
with that being said, hey man. But with that being said, make sure you guys scan that QR code to subscribe to the podcast. Give us all the listeners and the downloads and all that good stuff. If you listen to the audio format, we appreciate you guys for running up them downloads and the streams. The numbers are definitely growing on this side. And also make sure you guys stay safe out here in the street. Before we get up out of here, because I'm pretty sure he's listening. I didn't forget you. Love you, brother. Happy birthday. Happy 36th birthday to my eldest brother. With all love and respect, you are my guy forever. But with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets, and remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out, y'all. Be breezy.